Hey guys, I want to share with you today the planner that I have started using that's really seems to be working for me. I've tried a lot of different planners over the past couple of years to keep myself organized between my meal planning and prepping, between the kids' busy schedules with school and their sports, with my business and my involvement with their sports activities like the Boosters Club. I've tried a lot of different planners, and I've tried things from your $7 simple academic planner all the way up through the expensive Erin Condren planners. I've tried daily, weekly. I've tried them all. And this is the first planner that I've found so far that really works for me. I actually went to the extent of starting to plan out my own planner. I was going to design it and then have it printed because I wanted something that I could customize that would really work for me. And I just really didn't have the time to get that all together. And then I happened to come across this planner, and I had seen this planner before. It's the Create 365 planner from Michaels. You can get it in lots of different designs. And I had seen this planner there before, but I gotta be honest, I was always really skeptical of the binding because it's these plastic clips, and I thought, oh, I'm not sure if those will stay together or hold up very well. However, the reason I decided to put that concern aside is because of those plastic clips and the way the pages are in the planner. You can customize the planner because you can put pages in the planner, extra pages, and take pages out. You can add sections in the planner. So, for example, I purchased the fitness section and added that into the planner. So what I want to do today is just kind of go through real quick how I use this planner for meal planning and planning out my week. I'm going to walk you through the steps from my perspective as a very busy mom of two kids who are in a lot of extracurricular activities, as well as myself, who's in a lot of extracurricular activities. So the first thing I do when I sit down over the weekend, and I usually try to do it either Friday or Saturday, lately it's been Sunday because we've been really busy, is I plan out the week, okay? So today, or yesterday rather, what I had to do, because it's the beginning of a new month, right? I had to make sure I filled out the monthly spread. And I love the monthly spread because there's a notes column here, and then it's the month of November. So I've got all of our key dates on the planner here. So for example, the kids have a half day of school on the 15th. There's no school on the 10th. My husband's going out of town from the 16th of November all the way through the 20th. So I've got that on here. So everything I know about, I have on here. And we have a big calendar, family calendar up on the wall in the kitchen that we use. So basically what goes up there goes on here, plus some other stuff that I need to worry about. So I fill this out because it's the beginning of a new month. But then what I do is I go to my weekly spread, okay? And this is what the weekly spread looks like. I love it because it starts with a Monday, and that's the type of person I am, right? My week technically starts on a Monday. I have work. I have the kids starting school for the week. So for each day you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you flip it over and you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? So for each day, there's three sections. There's three boxes. There's the first box up here, there's a middle box, and a lower box. I use this top box for my top priorities for the day. It's the things I absolutely need to get done. This middle box I use for our schedule or water cooler or whatever you want to call it, but this is all of the appointments and or practices we have for the day, things that have set times, okay? So for example, today we've got school, obviously, swimming at 6:10. I have a meeting at 5:30. So we've got all of that in here, right? So that's the schedule. The bottom portion is pretty open for me. Some days I'll just put some motivational stickers in here. If there's things I need to remember for that day that aren't really relevant to priorities or to-dos, that goes down here. So for example, tomorrow I've got, don't forget, it's the 80-day obsession preview, and it's the new workout program coming out from Beachbody in January. They're doing a fun 5-day preview this week, so I don't want to forget about that. Over here, I track my workouts. So like, I know I want to work out, 6 out of the 7 days this week. So I'm going to track that here with the days of the week and the days I worked out. And then my water intake for each day, I really strive to meet that water intake. So at the end of the day, did I meet it? Yes. If not, I leave it blank. Okay. So when I sit down to start planning out my week, I use these half sheets of paper for the planner. You buy these separately, and they look like this. They come in a little pad of paper. So I bought these, and every week I stick one sheet of paper in the middle of my week here. And at the very top, I write brain dump. So what's a brain dump? For me, a brain dump, it's everything that's going through my mind that I need to remember to do. Now, what I do with this brain dump, this becomes my list for creating my priorities day by day. But a lot of the times as the week goes on, I add to my brain dump. And then I'm going to take this sheet and I'm going to move it to the next week when I start planning next week. Because there's going to be a lot of things on my brain dump that I didn't necessarily do this week. I want to do them maybe next week, but I didn't want to forget about them. So your brain dump is like anything that crosses your mind you don't want to forget about. Throw it on your brain dump. I love, love, love doing that. So essentially, before I even think about my meal plan for the week, I start here with my weekly spread. Here's why. By starting with my weekly spread, one, I know what my major to-dos are for the week, okay? But two, I know what our schedule is going to look like for the week. So I can look at my middle section here for every day, and I know what days are going to be the busiest for me. What are the days where I only have a 30-minute window to get the kids home from school, feed them, and get them back out the door before we have to leave for practices, right? So this schedule portion really helps me figure out what types of meals we're going to have that night for dinner, because dinners for us are by far the hardest, just because we know we have such a small window. My kids don't get done with school till 3:45, so we're not even walking through the door until 4 most days, so that's why we have such a small window to get dinner ready for them. So that's step one for me, okay? It's brain dump. Take it from the week before, add to it anything you can think of that you need to do or remember, and then start plugging away at your priorities for each day. What are those top 3 things? I used to start with just 3 things, right? There's 3 things each day you could get done. What would they be? And then my schedule, and then miscellaneous stuff here on the bottom. After I have my weekly spread, after I've got everything in my calendar for the week, what I do then is I flip to the fitness section. Now the fitness section is an add-on section. I have the extras with me right here, but it's an add-on section that you add into the planner. This was one of the reasons I bought this planner, because you can add special sections to it. So it looks like this. It's got its own tab. I haven't written fitness on it yet. But then when you open it, it gives you meal planning sheets for the week. So take that out for a second. So it has a weekly meal planning spread here. Again, the same format as your weekly schedule or planner. It's Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But it goes breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. On the bottom, you plug in what's your workout for the day. And then also you can track your water intake at the very bottom. So here's how I use this. I still use the Portion Fix program. So on the right, I know exactly how many containers I'm allowed for each day. 4 red, 3 green, 2 purple, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, 2 teaspoons. And then I need to drink about 80 ounces of water for the day. So I just put that all right there. And that's a good key for me to know how much I'm supposed to be eating. Now, when I start meal planning, what I do is I decide what part of the day do I want to have my Shakeology. Because the Shakeology, one, it gives you so many nutrients and vitamins all in one little drink. 2, it's super convenient. So when you're in a hurry or you don't have time for a meal, Shakeology makes a terrific meal. So as I look at my calendar, I know that Monday through Friday, I work. I got to get the kids up for school. I got to get them ready, make sure they have their lunches and their bags packed and feed them breakfast and get them dressed and all of that good stuff, right? So our mornings tend to be pretty hectic. Therefore, I like to have my Shakeology in the morning for breakfast because I don't have to worry about feeding myself. I know I can just throw a quick shake in my blender and I'm ready to go. And then I can drink it on the way to work. So what I do is I go ahead and I plug in my Shakeologies for breakfast each day. Today was an anomaly because I happened to be working from home today. So I did not have my Shakeology for breakfast. But you plug in where you're going to have your shakes each day. That's step one. So Tuesday, Wednesday, shake. Thursday, shake. Friday, we're off. The kids are off from school. So I'm going to actually enjoy breakfast Friday. Shake on Saturday. We have a 9 a.m. soccer game. No time for breakfast. So I'm going to have a shake there. Okay? So I know exactly those times I'm going to have that shake. Plug those in first. The next step is to figure out what we're going to have for dinner. Now, I do dinners next because dinner tends to be, again, the hardest thing for us to plan because of our busy schedules. So, on the days where we're super busy, so if I look at our weekly schedule again, I know, for example, that Thursday is going to be a very busy day for us because we have school and work. My daughter's got gymnastics at 5:30, but I'm also having a jewelry party at 7. So Thursday, I need something quick and easy for dinner. I'm not opposed to the kids having chicken nuggets once in a while. Our kids like their chicken nuggets. So on Thursday, my husband and I are going to have turkey chili because we can throw that in the crock pot the night before and then just plug it in Thursday morning and it's ready to go after school and after work. We don't have to think about it. I'll be busy getting ready for the jewelry party, so it's a nice, quick, and easy meal. The kids don't really like turkey chili, so we'll probably bake them some chicken nuggets that day. That's okay. It happens to all of us, right? So I start with my dinners next. Based on our schedules, I decide what are the days where I need quick and easy meals, right? Tuesdays, Logan's got gymnastics at 5:30. I need a quick meal, so tacos are usually on Tuesdays. And then the days where we have a little extra time and there's not a lot going on and we're not running around. So for example, Saturdays tend to be a good day for this. We like to experiment with new recipes. So this Saturday, we're going to experiment with acorn squash stuffed with chicken sausage. So something that takes a little longer to prepare, something we've never prepared before that we really want to try, and maybe it has a longer baking time. We save those for those days where we know we're going to be home with not a lot going on. Doesn't happen very often, but we tend to have our Saturdays where we can do that. Now, as you know, we all have days where we're just simply not home for our meals, right? So you'll notice on Sunday, I've got for our afternoon snack as well as dinner, it just says out at birthday parties. Now, because I know we're going to be out at birthday parties that afternoon, I'm going to have a shake for lunch to make sure I'm full before I head out the door. But I'm not going to have a snack in the morning. I'll probably just drink some water because I'm not exactly sure what food is going to be served here. But I want to make sure I get at least one good nutritious meal in, so I'm going to make sure I get that shake in. And then for breakfast, obviously, eggs is always nutritious, so I threw that in for breakfast. But the rest of it, what I'll do is use the 21 Day Fix tracking app to keep track of the containers I eat for the day. After I plan out dinner meals, I go back then and I look at lunches. Now, what I like to do is I like to look at what we're having for dinner and see, can I utilize what we're having for dinner that night to make my lunch for the next day? So, for example, tonight we're having grilled chicken with sweet potatoes and a vegetable. Pretty sure that I can make some extra chicken that I can have for lunch tomorrow. So tomorrow for lunch, it'll say grilled chicken. I can throw some brown rice in my little Instant Pot thing, or even on the stove later tonight and let that cook so I have the brown rice for tomorrow. And then we'll have leftover steamed veggies that I can throw in a meal prep container for lunch. So that's lunch. Makes it super easy, right? I love having taco salads for lunch. So anytime we have tacos for dinner, I always have taco salad for lunch the next day. I love the ground turkey or ground chicken over lettuce with hot sauce and all the taco toppings. It just makes a great meal. I also love my tuna salads and egg salads because those are quick and easy. I can hard boil the eggs on Sunday, have them ready for the week. So that's a super easy lunch. So I do my lunches next, right? Now, as I'm going through these, you may notice the colors. There's dots. I have these markers that I got fairly inexpensively from Target maybe, or maybe even Walmart. There's a lot of them. They came in a big pack. So each food group has its color, right? So if I'm having a protein, it's going to get a red dot. A gray dot's your teaspoons. A purple dot is your fruits. So I add the little colored dots there. That just makes it easy for me to count for the day. 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, 1, 2 yellows, etc. So then after I have my breakfast, lunch, and dinners in there, I have my snacks remaining. So now I can count my dots and I know what containers I have left for the day. And I use those containers to fill in my snacks for the day. So that's essentially my thought process for meal planning. Now, if you anticipate having a super busy week and you're thinking, I'm not going to meal plan this week because we have too much going on, it's going to be crazy, meal plan anyways, okay? The reason being, you might think you're super busy, but if you meal plan, you are going to be less apt to be tempted to say, you know what, let's just go to Mighty Taco today. Let's just go get the kids a Happy Meal. Let's just go through the drive-thru. You're going to be less apt to do that if you've meal planned and taken the time to figure out what you're going to eat. At least that's certainly the case for me. So I encourage you to meal plan, even if you think you're going to have a busy week. If you meal plan, you do the grocery shopping, you end up having a busy week, and you didn't use something for that week, carry it to the next week, right? You already have it. You already purchased it in your grocery list. Just carry it over to the next week and integrate it into your meal plan for the following week. Okay. Now, in my fitness section of this planner, right, I take another half sheet of note paper that I bought out of that Create 365 pack, and I write right at the top, grocery list. And I'm going to plug this right in the middle of my meal plan for the week. So then what I'm going to do as I start to go through here, I'm going to start to make a grocery list of the things that I know I don't have in the refrigerator that I need to buy for this meal plan for the week, right? So I go through here and I start adding those in. I know I'm going to need 4 more containers of Greek yogurt. I know I'm going to need some more romaine lettuce, so I'll get a 3-pack of that, right? A couple containers of spinach or mixed greens for my smoothies. A bunch of bananas with about 8 bananas in it. So use this to make your grocery list. Then when you're ready to go grocery shopping, just take it right out, right? And take it with you. And then cross off everything you've purchased, and you can either put this back in and keep adding to it if things come up throughout the week you need to buy, or you can use the other side to start making a list for next week. So I use those as my grocery list kind of in the middle here. So again, one of the reasons I love this planner is because you can pull these sheets in and out of this binding, and you can customize it to really work for you. Having this meal planning fitness section with our schedule really easily accessible just makes it work really super efficiently for us. And it makes it super easy to keep track of stuff. We do upstairs in our kitchen have like I said, a monthly calendar. We keep track of all of our big events. And we also have a weekly menu where it's behind like a glass picture frame, and I use a dry erase marker and I write down the menu day by day. And that's mostly because if I'm not going to be home to start prepping dinner, my husband already knows what's on the menu for the night, so he can start prepping without wondering what's for dinner tonight. So it seems to work really, really well. So I hope that helps you in terms of meal planning, gives you an idea of kind of the thought process I go through for meal planning. If you have any questions or want any help or suggestions on finding a system that works for you, I would love to chat with you. Just give me a shout via Facebook, text, give me a call, anything at all. I'd be happy to help. So happy meal planning. Again, Create 365. I got it at Michael's. Use your coupons. You can get it pretty cheaply. So that's that. Thanks, guys.